All right, guys, what's up, title? We got 23.3. I'm going to give you Megs here to explain the first part of the workout.
Sure. So the first portion, we have a 6-minute cap, and it's basically 2 rounds of some wall walks. We got 5 wall walks, some double unders, 50 double unders, and then a descending number of snatches, 15 to start, and then on the second round it's going to be 12, and the weight, of course, goes up. You'll want to check the weights for your division if you're doing an RX or scaled. There is obviously also a different standard for the wall walk between RX and scaled. Before you actually get to this, one thing I'll just touch on briefly is how to warm up for something like this. The shorter a workout is, the more that you need to kind of increase the intensity in your warm up, because you don't have that, if you're doing a 20-minute AMRAP, you might have the first 3 or 4 minutes to ramp the heart rate up, get everything moving, get kind of like into the groove. But on a 6-minute piece, you don't have any of that time. You need to be at the kind of your threshold intensity the moment you start the workout. So that means when you're warming up, doing the warm up on the board, as you progress through the movements and rounds, you want to increase the intensity. You're doing that. I would actually recommend, as you're warming up for the snatches, going to or slightly beyond what you kind of plan on getting to in the workout, right? Because keep in mind, you're going to be fresh at that point. So it's totally conceivable if you're planning on hitting 135, maybe you're a person that can snatch 155, 165. So you go to like 140, a little bit heavier than what you're planning on hitting in the workout. So that first weight feels nice and light, okay? When you actually get into this 6-minute piece, how you pace it will depend on what you're expecting to accomplish. If your goal is to get into that last set of snatches, but you know that given the weight, you're probably not going to finish, then you probably don't want to race through that first round. You probably don't want to do 15 touch and go light snatches to start, because that heart rate's going to be really elevated, your shoulder's going to be fatigued. And when you get to what feels like a quite heavy weight for you, your movement efficiency is going to be down. So if you're one of those people who this is going to be a 6-minute workout, then what I would suggest is breaking the wall walks a good amount, saving that shoulder fatigue, making sure that you're descending with as little bit of resistance as possible while still maintaining the control you need to be safe. Potentially breaking the double unders, even if you can string them together. If they're a movement where you find that you're getting really tense and you fatigue easily, maybe doing that in 2 sets or 3. And then for that early set of snatches, going for sets of say 3 touch and go, or even potentially singles, depending on, again, whether or not you can drop, but pacing that first round out so that you've got a lot of energy left for the second set of snatches. Now, if you're planning on getting through this, I think a lot of those same ideas still apply, but obviously you need to pace to finish the first 2 rounds in 6 minutes. And that might mean pushing the wall walks a little bit, or going for some small touch and go sets on the second set of snatches, like maybe 3s or 2s. Anything that kind of keeps you moving so that you're not staring at that bar for a really long time. All right, so if you do happen to get there, get through that 6 minutes, you're going to go to the next 3-minute piece, and the one that follows, which I'll leave to Trev to detail for you guys.
All right, so if we make it through the first piece, which is 6 minutes long, we add 3 minutes to your workout. So the 9-minute cap, 20 strict handstand push-ups, 50 double unders, 9 snatches, so decreasing again in rep scheme, but going up in weight, 125, 185. Make it through that, and you get extended for another 3 minutes, and we have 20 strict handstand push-ups again, 50 double unders, followed by 6 snatches at 155 and 225. Okay. Handstand push-up standard, maybe a little bit different than years past. We don't have that funny tape piece on the wall. There is a tape piece on the floor. Any part of your hand may touch that piece of tape, but both hands at some point got to be touching the tape. Feet on the wall at the start of the rep and at the finish of the rep. Okay. Make sure we're getting good lockouts and you get the okay for the judge. There's nothing like wasting a strict handstand push-up, right? Double unders. Again, if we're into this round, we might want to be thinking about breaking those double unders up a little bit, maybe 25 and 25 with a little bit of break. So when we get to these snatches, we have some gusto left. Now, if these snatches are going to be right at the top of your range, maybe we're like squatting them, so you can squat snatch these, or you can power snatch them, right? I recommend, for me, I would be definitely have to do a full squat for those snatches, right? Continuing on to the next strict handstand push-ups, if we make it there. In both cases, I forgot to say this, it might be a good idea if we're not, don't have the greatest push in that vertical plane, to think about like small sets here. But you have to stay motivated and stay on time. You can't be sort of lollygagging around. There's only 3 minutes to get that work done, right? So for me, if I make it there, I might even do singles, right? Same with this round. 50 double unders again, maybe thinking about splitting them up to save yourself for the last hurrah here, which was 6 snatches at 155 and 225, right? And we have to the 12-minute mark to make it there. Anything to add?
Oh yeah, just one thing you brought to mind.
Yeah.
If you are planning to squat snatch these heavier weights, if you're thinking you're going to get there, make sure that in your warm-up you spend sufficient time warming up the squat snatch, as well as probably your power snatches for those lighter weights, right? You want to be prepped, especially given that you'll spend the first portion of the workout not squatting at all, likely. You want to spend some time on that before you actually jump into the workout.
Yeah, good plan.
All right, have fun. Last one.
Enjoy, guys.